Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something huge for, well, pretty much everyone in tech and business: lead generation.
Yeah, it's a gone.
You know the deal. If you're a developer or tech practitioner, you're just wading through tons of data: customer info, company stuff, products, trends, needs.
It's overwhelming.
Exactly. And so much of it is manual work, right?
Mm.
Just trying to spot connections, find those useful nuggets. It really makes you ask, isn't there a better way? How can we make things, faster, smarter for our teams?
Well, the AI world, it's really stepped up with an answer here. AI agents.
Okay.
What's fascinating is thinking about building an agent that doesn't just sit there. It's actively watching, finding good leads, even figuring out how to reach out personally.
And doing it in real time.
In real time, it can iterate, schedule things automatically. I mean, these agents could totally change how sales teams get insights, create content, really streamline the whole workflow.
Okay, let's unpack that. We've seen different kinds of AI help over the years. Can you walk us through how we got here? Where did this all start?
Sure. So we really began with what you might call fixed flow virtual assistants.
Next flow.
Yeah, think very defined processes, almost like a flow chart. If this happens, then do that. The content could vary a bit, but the path was pretty much set.
Right, like following a script more than having a real conversation.
Exactly. Then the big jump came with large language models, LLMs.
Oh, huh.
These LLMs allowed for what we now call AI assistants. They could tackle a much broader set of questions using something called retrieval augmented generation, or AG.
RAG, right. Heard of that.
Yeah, so it involves fetching relevant info from, like, a knowledge base, and then using the LLM to generate a smart-sounding response right then and there.
Okay, so from fixed flows to edge-powered assistants, and now AI agents, they build on that, with the LLM still kind of at the core.
Absolutely. The LLM is fundamental, but AI agents have these three extra core pieces that really give them their power.
Okay, what are they?
First up, tools. This is huge. It's the agent's ability to actually do stuff.
Do stuff, like actions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've given the agent specific actions it can perform, like go query a CRM system for data,
Okay.
or send an email, or maybe update a spreadsheet. And these tools can often be reused across different agents, which is pretty efficient.
That doing part sounds incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Are there unexpected challenges or maybe big advantages when agents start acting instead of just talking?
Oh, it's a massive shift. The advantage is clearly automation,
Yeah.
right? But the complexity, well, it's managing those actions responsibly. You need controls.
Makes sense. What's the second component?
Second is memory. Super important. This lets the agent actually remember the context of a conversation or task over time.
So it knows what you were talking about 5 minutes ago.
Precisely. It means it can personalize things, follow complex instructions, and not just reset every interaction.
Yeah.
And third, there's knowledge. This is a bit like Arrowgate, again, the ability to tap into external databases, pull in fresh, relevant info to work with. So if you connect all that tools, memory, knowledge, you get something way more dynamic, adaptable, and genuinely autonomous than anything we had before.
Wow. So, yeah, it's not just chatting anymore. It's about systems that learn, remember, and act. That feels like a really significant step.
It is.
So if you're listening and thinking, okay, I want to build one of these, what are the practical things you need to consider, the tactical steps?
Great question. First, you absolutely have to define your use case. Nail that down. What kind of leads are you actually going after?
Okay.
And also, how will it operate? Is it going to run totally on its own, behind the scenes? Or will it work with the user, maybe showing recommendations for a person to
Yeah, autonomous versus human in the loop.
Exactly. Then, you got to set the scope. My advice, start simple. Maybe just one agent doing one thing really well.
Okay.
But think ahead strategically. Could multiple agents work together? Maybe one gathers data, another analyzes it, a third handles the outreach.
Like a team of specialized agents.
Yeah. And think about reusability. Can parts of this agent or the whole thing be used elsewhere? That saves a lot of effort down the line.
That makes a lot of sense. Start focused, but keep the bigger picture in mind.
Yeah.
What about the actual tech, the frameworks, the tools? Are there tricky trade-offs there?
Oh, definitely. Choosing the right framework and tools is critical. You can build these things in Python, React, whatever stack fits.
Sure.
The key is picking AI frameworks or libraries that match your team's skills and your needs. You've got options from low-code platforms, which are easier to start with.
But maybe less flexible.
Right. Or you can go for fully customizable frameworks that give you immense control, but, require more expertise and development time. That's often the trade-off developers hit: speed versus fine-grained control.
And other factors too, I imagine.
Absolutely. You have to think about data privacy, security, huge ones, ease of use, how well it integrates with the systems you already have, and of course, performance. Will it scale?
That's a lot to juggle. Could you give us some specific examples, maybe some popular open source frameworks people are using for agents? What makes one better for certain situations?
Sure thing. A really popular one, great for getting started with agent workflows, is LangChain.
Okay, LangChain.
Yeah, it's very modular, works well with vector databases for knowledge, and it's particularly good at handling memory, remembering that context we talked about.
Uh-huh.
Then also from LangChain folks, there's LangGraph. This one uses a graph structure, which makes it really suited for more complex setups like nonlinear workflows where multiple agents might interact in intricate ways.
Interesting, like a network of agents.
Exactly. Another big one is Crew AI. Also open source, great support for Argo tools, and connects to lots of different LLMs.
Through AI. Got it.
And one more Llama Index. It's part of the Llama family, obviously. It's good for handling sequences of steps or actions, has features for event triggers, saves context and memory well, and it can be a good fit if your use case involves loops, like iterating on a task until it's right.
That's a great rundown of the options. So you've picked your framework. What's next in actually building this thing?
Next up is data integration. You need to figure out all the places the agent needs to connect to. Your CRM, definitely. Email systems, maybe external data providers to get richer lead info.
Okay.
And decide, does it need to process data the instant it comes in, or is it okay to run on a schedule, say, once a day?
Right, real time versus batch.
Then you choose your AI models, the LLMs. You might use standard pre-trained models, or you might fine-tune one specifically for your tasks, like summarizing complex reports, or generating really specific email content, or spotting subtle patterns in lead behavior.
Do people use multiple LLMs?
Sometimes, yeah. It's often a good idea to test a few LLMs to see which performs best for your specific job. You might even use different LLMs for different tools within the same agent.
Interesting. And then I guess you actually build it and test it out.
Exactly. That's the build and test phase, pulling together the framework, the tools, the data feeds, the models. But crucially, you need to add guardrails.
Guardrails? What do you mean?
These are like rules and boundaries. They define what the agent can and, maybe more importantly, cannot do.
Ah, okay. To keep it on track.
Precisely. Keep it within its intended scope. You don't want it sending emails it shouldn't or accessing data it's not supposed to. So define those limits clearly and then, test before you let it loose.
That clarity on guardrails is super important, I think. Okay, this is making sense conceptually. Could you walk us through a more concrete example? Like, how would an AI agent for lead gen actually work step by step? Maybe using LangChain, like you mentioned.
Absolutely. Let's imagine a single agent workflow built on something like LangChain. First phase, data collection and enrichment.
Okay.
The agent starts pulling information from your CRM, maybe scraping relevant web pages for company news, looking at product usage data, competitor research. Could also be internal stuff like notes from past calls, solutions they looked at before, specific needs they mentioned.
So it's building this really rich picture.
Exactly. All these sources become the agent's knowledge base, constantly updated.
Got it. What happens next?
Then comes tool execution. The agent uses its tools. Some are reusable, like that CRM connector we talked about, just efficiently grabbing data. Others are more action-oriented. We call them doing tools. Tools for summarizing all that data it just gathered, analyzing it to find key synergies or pain points. Tools for generating personalized content, like drafting an email. Maybe even a tool that recommends what specific points to hit in that email based on the analysis.
Wow.
And then tools to actually send the email and maybe set a reminder for the salesperson to follow up.
So it handles the whole sequence. That's impressive. But does it get better? Does it learn from what works and what doesn't?
That's a critical piece. Learning and adaptation, yes, absolutely. These agents are designed ideally to create a feedback loop. They learn over time.
How does that work?
Well, the system tracks outcomes. Which emails get opened or clicked? Which types of leads respond best? Which product features mentioned get the most engagement?
Ah, okay. So it sees the results of its actions.
Exactly. It identifies those patterns, what's working, what's not, and it adapts its approach. It gets better at prioritizing leads, refining its outreach messages, tweaking its analysis, all based on that real-world feedback. It makes the whole thing not just faster, but smarter over time.
That's really the dream, isn't it? A system that doesn't just automate, but intelligently improves itself. Okay, thinking beyond that single agent example, What else excites you about where this is going technically?
Well, one thing is that reusability idea. Even small parts of an agent, maybe just email generation tool, let's call it an Ask Sales Gene email assistant, can become a building block in bigger, more complex systems.
Okay.
And that leads naturally to multi-agent systems. Think about a marketing team. They might have an agent drafting campaign emails,
Right.
but maybe it needs input from a design agent to suggest visuals, or a compliance agent to check the language, or a data agent providing the latest targeting segments. You have these specialized agents collaborating.
Pulling together different skills automatically, that sounds incredibly powerful.
It really is. And then there's another concept, headless agents.
Headless.
Yeah, meaning there's no chat interface, no direct back and forth with the user. The agent just works entirely behind the scenes.
So how does that manifest?
All the gathering, analyzing, decision-making happens silently.
Yeah.
The output might just be the perfectly timed, personalized email appearing in the customer's inbox, or an internal alert to a sales rep with a key insight. The user or customer might never talk to the agent, they just experience the result.
Wow. Headless agents. They're not just about making things efficient, then they actually change the whole feel of the interaction.
Exactly. The most powerful AI might be the kind you don't even realize is there. You just feel its effect through, incredibly relevant and timely interactions. It's less task-based, more like seamless responsiveness.
That really is a profound shift. Okay. All right. This opens up a lot of possibilities. It feels like these advancements are set to automate away so much of that tedious manual work we talked about at the start. And because they're autonomous, learning, it frees up teams to focus on the bigger picture, the high-level strategy, while these intelligent systems handle the groundwork.
That's the goal. AI agents are, I think, a really potent tool for developers, for tech folks who want to move past just manual workflows and build systems that truly learn and adapt. Whether it's automating data collection, crafting personalized outreach, plugging into the tools you already use, they offer real solutions for tough challenges, especially in areas like sales and lead gen.
So wrapping up, let's leave our listeners with a thought. What does this all mean for you? Think about these core ideas: learning, adapting, handling complex data-heavy tasks autonomously. How could that apply beyond lead generation? Where else in your work, or maybe even your personal life, could systems like these take over the tedious stuff, letting you focus on strategy, creativity, getting better over time without you having to constantly tweak them? Something to chew on.